that she had to use auto-tune to sing because her lungs were so jacked up from all the smoking. And
I could tell you that I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die.
Whitney Houston, the voice of a generation, held a dark secret that threatened to shake the music industry to its core. In shocking footage revealed by Jaguar Wright, we see a side of Whitney rarely glimpsed, a woman caught in a dangerous game of blackmail and deceit. But who was the real target? As we unravel this twisted tale, we'll expose the true nature of Whitney's relationship with Ray J and the powerful forces that may have orchestrated her downfall. The truth behind Whitney's final days will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the legendary singer. Whitney Houston's golden voice once captivated the world, but by the early 2000s, her life had taken a troubling turn. The pop diva's career was in a tailspin, and her personal life became fodder for tabloids. Enter Ray J, a young R&B singer 17 years her junior. Their relationship raised eyebrows and set tongues wagging throughout the industry. Despite Whitney's public denials, those close to her witnessed her struggles with substance abuse. Her once pristine image was tarnished by erratic behavior and missed performances. Ray J's presence in Whitney's life only intensified the scrutiny. The unlikely pair was frequently spotted at nightclubs and high-end restaurants, fueling speculation about their relationship and Whitney's state of mind. Whitney's ex-husband, Bobby Brown, added fuel to the fire. He claimed Ray J was more than just a romantic interest. He was Whitney's drug supplier. This accusation cast a dark shadow over their relationship and raised questions about Ray J's true motives.
she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in, but she was sober, right?
Was he genuinely invested in Whitney's well-being, or was he taking advantage of a vulnerable star? As Whitney's behavior became more erratic, insiders reported multiple attempts at rehabilitation, but the singer struggled to stay clean, often relapsing shortly after leaving treatment centers.
And she went out on tour, and she was still getting high at the time. And then he put her in rehab to clean her up right before it came time for America, because she had to at least appear sober.
Her inner circle watched helplessly as she cycled through periods of sobriety and addiction, unable to break free from the grip of substance abuse. The situation took an even more ominous turn when footage emerged of Whitney passing a cryptic note to Brandy, Ray J's sister, at a public event. The note reportedly contained the word drowning, hinting at Whitney's desperate state of mind. This chilling moment suggested that Whitney was crying out for help, even as she maintained a brave face for the cameras. With each passing day, Whitney seemed to sink deeper into a world of addiction and questionable influences. Ray J remained a constant presence, but his role in her life became increasingly ambiguous. Was he a supportive partner trying to help Whitney through her struggles, or was he enabling her destructive behavior? While the world watched Whitney's public spiral, few knew of the puppet masters pulling the strings behind the scenes. What if Whitney's tragedy wasn't just about personal demons, but a calculated move in a high-stakes game of music industry chess?
Still could sing like that. But when you add in the cocaine or the crack, and then the this and the that, and then the...
Behind Whitney's glittering career stood Clive Davis, the music mogul who had shaped her image from the very beginning. Davis had an uncanny ability to craft pop sensations, and Whitney was his crowning achievement.
Anything with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
But as Whitney's star began to fade, their relationship reportedly became strained. Davis, ever the businessman, seemed more concerned with Whitney's comeback potential than her well-being. Rumors swirled about Davis's influence over Whitney's career moves. Industry insiders whispered that he controlled every aspect of her life, from her music choices to her rehab stint.
He was the one trying to bring her back, though, at the time of prior to her death, right?
Fuck him. He needed her back.
Oh, yeah.
That she had to use auto-tune to sing because her lungs were so jacked up from all the smoking. And
Whitney's attempts at a comeback were always met with Davis's keen interest, but some questioned whether his motives were truly in her best interest. Enter Sean Diddy Combs, a rising force in the music world with connections that stretched far and wide. Diddy's name began to surface in conversations about Whitney's inner circle, with whispers of a deep connection between him and Clive Davis. The industry buzzed with rumors of compromising favors exchanged between the two moguls, hinting at a darker side to their business dealings. Ray J, Whitney's young companion, added another layer to this complex web. In interviews, Ray J referred to Diddy as his role model, raising eyebrows about the nature of their relationship. Was Ray J simply a fan of Diddy's success, or was there more to their connection? The questions kept piling up with few answers in sight. As the pieces of this puzzle began to fit together, a disturbing picture emerged. Jaguar Wright, a fellow artist, dropped a bombshell claim that sent shockwaves through the industry. According to Wright, Clive Davis and Diddy had orchestrated Whitney's downfall, using Ray J as an unwitting pawn in their scheme. This allegation painted a chilling portrait of manipulation and control at the highest levels of the music world.
She was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up.
I could tell you that I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die.
The implications of Wright's claim were staggering. If true, it meant that Whitney's struggles were not just the result of personal demons, but a calculated plan by those she trusted most. The very people who should have been protecting her were potentially orchestrating her demise for their own gain. As these revelations came to light, the music industry's dark underbelly began to surface. Whitney, once the darling of pop music, now appeared to be caught in a sinister grip of power, manipulation, and greed. The glittering facade of fame had cracked, revealing a world where even the biggest stars could be reduced to pawns in a larger game.
Yeah, I see that. It's definitely
It'll make you cry if you really love music and if you really love Whitney Houston, and then after a couple of joints, you will find it hilarious.
Whitney Houston's tragic end left a cloud of questions hanging over the music industry. Her story exposed a dark underbelly where addiction, manipulation, and power struggles intertwined in a deadly dance. The revelations about Whitney's final days shed light on the urgent need for better support and protection for artists in the cutthroat world of entertainment. As more details emerged, fans and industry insiders alike were forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood often masked a world of exploitation and abuse. Whitney's struggles with addiction, coupled with the alleged manipulation by powerful figures like Clive Davis and Diddy, painted a grim picture of an industry that prioritized profits over people. The lingering question remained: who really pulled the strings behind the scenes?
Davis, this ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the piper. When they did her autopsy, they said there was nothing wrong with her throat. Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the notes.
As more artists came forward with their own stories of exploitation and manipulation, it became clear that Whitney's case was not an isolated incident. The music industry's dark side continued to cast a long shadow, leaving fans to wonder if their favorite stars were truly in control of their own destinies or merely pawns in a larger, more sinister game.